Good afternoon, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue with reading Psalm. Going to read Psalm 45. I'm going to read it, Psalm 45. For the director of music, to the tune of lilies of the son of Korah, a maskil, a wedding song. My heart is stirred by a noble theme as I recite my verses for the king. My tongue is the pen of a skillful writer. You are the most excellent of men, and your lips have been anointed with grace, since God has blessed you forever. Gird your sword upon your side, O mighty one. Clothe yourself with splendor and majesty. In your majesty ride forth victoriously in behalf of truth, humility, and righteousness. Let your right hand display awesome deeds. Let your sharp arrows pierce the hearts of the king's enemies. Let the nations fall beneath your feet. Your throne, O God, will last forever and ever. A scepter of justice will be the scepter of your kingdom. You love righteousness and hate wickedness. Therefore, God, your God, has set you above your companions. By anointing you with the oil of joy. All your robes are fragrant with myrrh and aloes and cassia, from palaces adorned with ivory. The music of the strings make you glad. This is part of Psalm 45. I'm going to finish. Daughters of kings are among your honored women. At your right hand is the royal bride, in gold of Ophir. Listen, O daughter, consider and give ear. Forget your people and your father's house. The king is enthralled by your beauty. Honor him, for he is your Lord. The daughter of Tyre will come with gift. Men of wealth will seek your favor. All glorious is the princess within her chamber. Her gown is interwoven with gold. In embroidered garments she is led to the king. Her virgin companions follow her and are brought to you. They are led in with joy and gladness. They enter the palace of the king. Your sons will take the place of your fathers. You will make them princes throughout the land. I will perpetuate your memory through all generations. Therefore, the nations will praise you forever and ever. This is Psalm 45. It's a wedding song, so very straightforward. All the cheerfuls, the happiness, and the blessings, and the wishes, and glorify the God they believe. So again, we do not know whose wedding it is. It looks like the king's wedding. Probably it's David. I do not know who is the girl, who is the bride. Is that the Bathsheba? Probably that's the. I think if I recall right, there are three wives mentioned in the Bible, and the last girl at his late age of David. First of all, the Saul's daughter. Second one, I think it's Gabriel in the desert. Her son was very handsome. I think it's the one rebellious to him. And the third one is Bathsheba, Solomon's mother. And at his late age, I think Solomon's mother, Bathsheba, find him a girl, teenager. So that's the four women I can recall mentioned many times. Other than that, probably there's some other women, but mentioned just one or two sentences passed by, but I couldn't remember that. But I could be wrong. But this is so. Since I saw this, I just recall to collect the information from my memory. So anyway, so regardless who is the bride or who is the wedding, this is just a blessing, the cheerful moment of everybody shares the happiness along with the faith. I think the God will saying that God still. My heart is stirred by a noble theme as I recite my verses for the king. My tongue is the pen of skillful writer. So it looks like it's king's wedding, because this person sons of Korah probably sing this this song was for the wedding, and they prepared, and then glorify the God at the same time, ask God to continue to bless the bride and also the king. And there's something here is the advice to the bride. Listen, O daughter, consider and give ear, forget your people and your father's house. The king is enthralled by your beauty. Honor him, for he is your Lord. This is very interesting. It's because it's a king's wedding, so ask the girl, serve the king wholeheartedly, without distracted from the past, from the family. This is probably the culture, but as real life, I see people either from different ethnic background, they all have connections. It's not possible to completely disconnect. But I think the point is, it's just since this is the king's wedding, just saying you have to serve the king wholeheartedly, because this is such a graciousness, and you were chosen for serving the king. At the same time, I also emphasize, in some cultures said the daughter after marriage, just like the water casting out from the barrel, so it's swept out of the door. But actually these are just the sayings, and emphasize the man is more important in many cultures, but it's not in nowadays. I think it's nowadays I emphasize the equal, and also the connections. Always the mother-in-law and the son-in-law, or the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, they all integrate a very good relationship. But so that's why, because I saw this, I thought that was interesting. Otherwise, so anyway, so this is a piece very straightforward. A lot of praises and splendor of the king, and glorify the God they believe, and ask, pray and plead continuously to bless the king at the same time, and the bride, the advice to the bride, how to forget the past and glorify the king, and your princess will be the inheritance for the kingdom, for the kingship. So this is a very very interesting piece, and in terms of literal, it's very very well written, with the laying out. As my heart is so excited, so that's why I have this piece to present to the king, to the bride. We all first to praise the God, and also the king is excellent. The bride is also going to be blessed, and also their your descendant will be the prince or princess will be the heritage and last forever. So this is the Psalm 45. Again, even though it's a wedding song, it's very straightforward, like very cheerful. At the same time, still seeing the faith. I think the loyalty to the king and the faith to the God they believe. I'm going to stop here, and you can read it, and you can interpret in your way. I thank you for watching. I will see you next time.